You're at the wedding reception of a childhood friend, and it's time for the toast. The best man stands and rises, surveys the crowd, and then gives a devilish grin, looks at the happy couple, and begins a 5-minute exploration of his bachelor exploits with the groom. The groom is trying to disappear under the table, while a small tear escapes the left corner of the bride's eyes. Or your boss has called you in to her office and asked you to be the one to lead at the next meeting. And so now you are tasked with presenting a fun and engaging presentation, not boring like your colleague last week who basically put everybody to sleep. You walk out of the office excited for the opportunity and also terrified. Or maybe you've been asked to give remarks at a charity event for a nonprofit that is near and dear to your heart. The event is in 1 week and you've been staring at a blank screen for the past 3 months, trying to figure out just what to say. Or you've just listened to a keynote or a sermon or a speech of some sort that's been 20 or 30 minutes long, and you have no idea what it's about. You have no clue. It started one place, it went somewhere else, and it ended somewhere completely different, and you walk out befuddled. Hello, I'm Reverend Dr. Elliott Robinson, and welcome to How to Tell Great Stories, where I help you become better at communicating the stories that matter to you. You may be able to relate to one or all of the examples that I just gave. Communicating well is not an easy task. However, it does not have to be fear-filled or frightening. I started How to Tell Great Stories because I want to be able to share with others the over 30 years of experience I have in speeches, legal arguments, sermons, toasts, tributes, and many other speaking opportunities in any social setting you could possibly imagine. Our world is filled with storytelling, and the most obvious examples are books and movies and podcasts and music. However, storytelling is more ingrained in our culture than that. Every news story is a form of storytelling. Every sporting feature or game recap is storytelling. Political campaigns are centered around a story of what the candidate will or will not do for you if you vote for them. Commercials are usually center their ads around a story that highlights a need for a product or service, and video games are immersive forms of storytelling. On a more personal note, we are tasked with some form of storytelling each and every day. And an example of that is simply our response to the question, how was your day? It's an invitation to tell us with a story about your day. Now, this doesn't always work if you're dealing with teenagers because their response will be good or fine. And even if you expand the question to say, tell me about your day, their response may be, it was good, and then it was fine. And so we are not always at a zero-sum game of getting great stories, but we do have these storytelling opportunities. And we are also tasked with storytelling opportunities in public settings. And so as I mentioned in the open, a wedding toast, a keynote, a presentation at work, but also perhaps a new business pitch or job interview, remarks at a funeral or a memorial, graduation speech, in your houses of worship, during happy hour, or simply small talk. We learn about and make sense of the world through the art of storytelling. Yet we are often terrified, afraid, anxious, and downright defiant when it comes to sharing our voice with the world. We can come up with writer's block or brain freeze, cold sweats, sleepless nights, stumbling and stammering as we try to find the right words to speak. And we've all been there at one time or another, myself included. What I've learned is effective communication is really about taking the power of storytelling and not allowing it to be a painful, fearful, or frightening experience. It's simply about knowing what to do and having the tools to tell great stories. This is enhanced when you have someone who can walk alongside you and help you in that process. And so in How to Tell Great Stories, I will provide you with monthly actionable techniques and tips that will give you immediate communication results. storytelling and communication workshops, that, as well as boot camps that will focus on helping you grow as an effective communicator and storyteller. We'll also have the opportunity for one-on-one and small group consulting sessions so I can help you hone your communication and storytelling skills. And then for paid subscribers, we'll have once a month deep dive case study into really exceptional storytelling, whether that's in TV, film, literature, or podcast. So don't wait. Subscribe today. Go to how to tell great stories and hit the subscribe button. Because if you go to How to Tell Great Stories, I promise I will help you become better at communicating the stories that matter to you. I'll see you at How to Tell Great Stories. My name is Reverend Dr. Elliott Robinson. Take care and God bless.